morning, Facebook. Happy Monday morning. I'm late and I apologize. I just had some stuff I had to take care of this morning. And good morning. Welcome. My name is Jennifer Allwood. I teach women how to create a beautiful home and how to build their creative business. The build my creative business, build your creative business part is my absolute favorite. My absolute favorite. I love talking and working with creative women who are trying to monetize their God-given talents. And so, but this Facebook Live broadcast could apply to anybody, even if you do not have a business. And we're going to talk today about why people aren't taking you seriously. And this is a fun topic. So, hi Leslie, how are you, babe? Let me see if I can adjust this just slightly. Good morning in Oregon. Good morning, Stacy. I've got some camera issues. I'm sorry. Hang on here. How do I want to do that? I've got a light blocking your comments, and that's not going to be okay with me. Okay, hang on. Let's see. How can I do this? Maybe like that, and then I can see your comments. Okay, that'll work. I've got like a halo right here, but that's all right. Good morning, Peggy. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Ashley. I hope those of you that are in Florida have weathered the literal storm really well and are doing okay this morning. We were thinking and have been praying for you in our home. So this is why, oh, God bless you, Becca. You're in Georgia with just enough internet to see you. Hashtag Irma. Honey. I don't know what to say. Do I tell you to get off my live? Because I love that you're here, but I'm like, oh, save your internet. Save your internet. So, anywho, for real, we're going to talk about why people aren't taking you seriously in your world, okay? And I'll kind of position this talking to creative business owners, but you definitely do not have to be a business owner for this apply to you. So, I get questions from you guys. Gosh, I love questions. I love your questions so much. Thank you, Kelly. Leanne, my chairs turned out really great. Thank you for asking. And I was going to do the Facebook Live out there, but it's chilly in Kansas City. And so the cushions were damp, and I'm a princess. And I don't want to sit on wet cushions, so I brought it in here. That's the long answer to that question. But the chairs turned out amazing, and I'll post a picture later. She's talking about the Facebook Live I did Friday night, painting some chairs. So on occasion, I'll get the question, what do I do if my family members aren't taking my business seriously, or if like my friends and family are asking me to do everything for free, or I just don't feel like they are taking what I'm trying to do and they're really taking me seriously this time. Hey, thank you, Tanya. It's from Gypsy Ranch on Facebook. That's Gypsy with a Z. So thank you. And so I've got 3 reasons why. There's 3 reasons why people are not taking you seriously. And the first one is the most important. Okay, you ready? This is why people don't take you seriously. Number 1, they're not taking you seriously because you're not taking yourself seriously. You're not actually taking your business seriously. I put on my Facebook page this morning, good morning in Ohio, good morning, Becky, that when you quit treating your business like a hobby, because if you treat your business like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. But when you treat your business like a business, it's going to treat you, or it's going to pay you like a business. Also, the other side of that is when you begin to treat your business like a business, the people around you will start treating your business like a business. Right, Janelle? Right. Here's what happens. Your family and friends aren't taking it seriously because they don't actually see you charging for what you're doing. You haven't actually told them no when they ask you if you'll paint another piece of furniture there for them for free. When they ask you if you'll come decorate another room in their house, you're not giving them a bid. You just keep doing it, and they keep thinking it's okay. They're not necessarily trying to take advantage of you, my friends. Thank you guys for sharing this. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks, Erin. Thanks, Laura. But people are going to treat you the way that you allow them to. So when people are thinking that you just are enjoying getting the experience, they're just picking your brain, and you're okay with that. And, you know, you're just kind of playing with this little thing you're doing. They'll continue to ask you and to push the boundaries and the limits, not because they're trying to necessarily take advantage of you, but because you're not taking your stuff seriously. Why would they? Thank you, Tanya, for sharing this. Why would they take your stuff seriously if you're not? All right, so they see you playing. And by playing, I mean they don't see you actually go into full-on business mode. Here's what full-on business mode looks like. There are times when people are texting me during the day and I just have to respond, I'm so sorry, I can't talk now, I'm working. especially if you work from home. People don't understand that life, okay? Can anybody relate to this? Thank you, Angelica. Thank you, or Angelique, for sharing this. God bless you. When you work from home especially, people don't get it. They think that you're doing laundry during the day. They think you're, cooking brownies. They think you're watching The Price is Right. Is that even still on? While you're getting a little business done. No. I have even had to educate my husband and kids on this. When mom's in work mode from 9 to 3, hey, Damon, don't expect me to be flipping your laundry. I mean, if it's an extra circumstance, maybe. But I have to treat my business just like those of you who go to a 9 to 5 job outside of the house. You ain't doing your laundry. You'll maybe call and make a dentist appointment over your lunch hour. I'll do that. I take a few breaks during the day. But I'm straight up serious from 9 to 3. I ain't playing. And you guys can't play either. Because people see you playing and they equate the playing to, she ain't serious. This is just a little side hustle. It's just a little gig. She'll paint something for free. She'll make me a little wreath for free. When they see you play, they don't think you're serious and they're not going to take it seriously. Okay? If you're not doing business things, like you haven't named your business, you haven't made yourself a Facebook page that's a business page, you're not actually paying taxes like a real live legit business owner is, come on. Somebody give me an amen. We got to pay Caesar what Caesar's due. Is it a pain in the backside? Yes. But is it what's supposed to happen? Absolutely. It's the law of the land, okay? And it's a biblical concept. We give Caesar what Caesar's due. We pay taxes in this country. So if you haven't named your business, started a Facebook business page, and you're not paying taxes, they ain't treating you like you're legit. They're just not, because you're not. I love you, but I'm telling you the truth. I love you, but I'm telling you the truth. If you're just taking side money and you're putting it in your pocket every month and you're not claiming that to the IRS, paying your tithe to the church, literally making it into a business, why would they treat it like a business, guys? That's why they're abusing you. That's why they're taking advantage of the situation, because you're not serious yet. Some of them have just seen you talk a lot about your business for years, but they're not actually seeing you sell anything. They're not actually seeing a price tag put on anything. Therefore, they're just still thinking that you're kind of playing. Amen, Gina, that's right. If you do not have some boundaries in your life that are put there to not only protect you, but to protect the people in your world. Go read the book Boundaries, you guys. You're going to make me remember who the name of the author is. Dr. What is the guy's name that wrote the book Boundaries? It's on Amazon. Go get it on Audible. Do what you got to do. But it just helps you to draw some lines in the sand that help you and help them. Boundaries are what keep your butt out of jail. Boundaries are what keep you from swerving over the middle line and hitting oncoming traffic. Boundaries are what keep you sane. Boundaries, thank you, Dr. Henry Cloud. Boundaries are what keep money in your bank. We need some boundaries. Hey, Sarah, thank you. It's from Gypsy Ranch Boutique Online. Thank you, guys. Oh, I'm so glad. Look how many of you know about that book, Boundaries. So a lot of us creatives, I'm going to get all up in your business here for just one moment, okay? Give me a yes and an amen if this is you. And if you're going to need this pep talk again next week, I want you to share it to your own page right now so that you'll remember next week and re-listen. Thank you, Tipsy Tango. What a fun business name for sharing. All right, I'm going to get way up in your creative business. Some of you are people pleasers. As a creative person, the majority of us are people pleasers. The way that we know that our stuff that we're making, DIYing, painting, whatever, is any good is if people give us a lot of positive affirmation by way of usually purchasing it, okay? And so we're trying to please people in terms of we're trying to make stuff that makes them want to buy. Am I right? I mean, we're basically selling. Okay. So a lot of us creatives have a lot of people pleasing tendencies. And when you have a lot of people pleasing tendencies, it's very difficult to put boundaries in place because you feel bad for putting a price tag on stuff. You feel bad that your mother-in-law is asking you again to paint another piece of furniture for her for free and you don't know how to tell her no. Okay. Let me give you the tip. This is what I tell all the folks in my inner circle. I want some of you to get a pen and paper right now and just write this down. It's a life changer. The next time someone asks you, whether they are your neighbor next door, your mother-in-law, your favorite sister, or your best friend, The next time they ask you again to do something for free, this is your comeback. Are you ready? This is your comeback. Oh, girl, I would love to paint that for you. Text me a picture and I'll give you a price. And this is what they're going to do when they get your text. Oh, what, she's charging now? Oh, yes, I'm charging now. Thank you, Carol, for sharing this. I appreciate that. Oh, yes, she's charging now because Mama's serious. Because I am dead serious about putting food on the table of my own home. Nobody else works for free. Why do creative people do this? you had your pen and paper out as soon as you saw what I was talking about. They're not taking you seriously because you're not taking yourself seriously. There is no dentist in the world that's working for free. There is no astronaut in the world that is working for free. Why do creative people work for free? Stop it. Stop it. When you take your stuff serious, oh yeah, they'll get serious too. You can give your friends and family discounts. I'm not talking about being a biznitty. I'm talking about treating your business like a business. And if you work for free all the time, honey, it's a hobby. I love you, but it's a hobby. And it's not going to put food on the table for your family. And some of you, if you just could make an extra $600 a month, painting something, making something, crafting something, it would get you out of the financial tailspin that your family is in right now. The hairs on my arms are standing up. I'm talking to one of you. I'm talking directly to one of you. $600 is the difference this month between your lights being shut off and you being able to actually pay your light bill and take your kids to a movie. So stop devaluing your talent and doing it for free. You have to put a price tag on the crap. It will give you a stomach ache for 10 seconds until they write you out a check. And then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Yes, oh my gosh. So when you start valuing your business and treating it like a business, you start charging for stuff, you give it a business name, you pay your taxes like a big girl. When you start doing that stuff, the people around you will start treating your business like a business as well. That was point number 1. By the way, I haven't done a Facebook Live since Friday night, so I have a lot of words. I've got a lot of words. I did go live in my coaching group this morning, and they got a lot of words from me too. Okay, so number 2, this is going to sting a little. Thank you, Vanita, for sharing this. God bless you. This one's going to sting a little. And listen, I'm not saying this to shame you, okay? I have issues with number 2 myself. All right, are you ready? Number 2 reason why nobody's taking you seriously in any area of your life. In any area of your life. Thank you. Who was that just shared that? Florida Core. Thank you. People have seen you demonstrate a history of flakiness, of inconsistency, of saying one thing and doing another. Thank you, Andrea, for sharing. Oh, Damon, we did have some good words in there this morning. You got some strategy for your Facebook Lives. That was only number 1, Janelle. Oh, Leslie Fear, I'm glad you're wanting to go for a run. You know why I run? Because it helps my business. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'll do a Facebook Live on that this week. How about that? About the direct connection between disciplining your body and that discipline showing up in your business. I'll do a Facebook Live on that. But the number 2 reason people aren't taking you seriously is because you've shown a history of flakiness, inconsistency, saying one thing, doing another, or not following through. I love you enough that I'm telling you the truth. How many of you have purchased a gym membership on the 1st of January and by February 12th, you've not gone again all year? Come on. This is me. I'm guilty of this. How many of you have done that? Cindy thinks I'm wise beyond belief this Monday morning. You just watched my Inner Circle training? Yeah, girl. How many of you have said on a Monday, this is the week I'm going to do food prep. This is the week I'm going to cut out sugar. This is the week I'm going to really actually watch what I'm eating. And by Thursday, you're eating Haagen-Dazs ice cream, the half-baked, oh, no, it's not Haagen-Dazs, it's Ben & Jerry's, the half-baked, the little pint, the one with the chunks of brownies and the chunks of raw cookie dough. Come on now, who knows what I'm talking about? Okay, how many of you have had other business ideas that maybe didn't fly? And so what the people around you see is they just see a lot of chatter. And so when you say that this is the business I'm going with, like this is the business I'm going to legit do, like this is my new business, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. But they've seen you be flaky a little bit. Who needs therapy? You have Gen therapy. You're awesome, Tammy. They've seen you be a little flaky. And you haven't been flaky intentionally, guys. This is life, okay? We all have grandiose ideas of going to the gym 5 days a week, and it just don't happen. Hashtag life, hashtag Ben and Jerry's, hashtag got crap to do, hashtag I'm running 3 kids everywhere, okay? So I understand. But sometimes the problem is the people in your home aren't taking you seriously. All right, well, Mr. Magic has seen me come to him and say, baby, let's be vegetarians. Baby, let's be vegans. Baby, this week I'm going to fast. Baby, this week I'm going paleo. Honey, over the course of our almost 20 years, honey, I think I'm going to eat keto right now. I mean, he's seen this happen so many times that I can see him on the inside going, okay, Jen, good. Okay, sure. Yeah, let's go keto, baby. Let's eat totally keto. I totally got this. But I know what he's thinking. He's thinking, here she goes again. Here she goes again. Because I've shown a pattern of not following through. I've shown a pattern of being flaky. And when you show a pattern of flakiness and not following through, or switching gears, or changing, or those of you who are like, I have a business idea, but I have several business ideas and I can't pick. The whole vibe that you're putting out there is one that does not command seriousness when it comes to your business. Basically, you're just throwing stuff out there and everybody's like, well, I hope she does really well, but it's hard to take it seriously because I've kind of seen her do this before. Right? Diana, follow through is so important. It's so important. So you cannot be upset with them for not taking your stuff seriously because they've watched you do this time and time again. Your husband is standing here laughing because I'm describing you to a T. Taryn, I love you. Here's what happens with creative people, Taryn. Let me talk to your husband for a second. By the way, my middle name is Lee. Your last name is Lee, so we're like right here. Here's what happens to creative people. We are multi-passionate. Baby, when I go in, I want to go all in. How many of you are just like that? How many of you are either all in or nothing? How many of you are either, I'm going to fast for 7 days straight and not eat a drop of food, or I'm going to eat everything in my refrigerator at one sitting? How many of you are like that? Okay? This is because you are a true creative and God actually designed you to go all in on something, to get super duper passionate about something. And so you get an idea for a new way of eating, a new way of painting, a new business idea, and you feel like you're all in, right? I mean, you're not trying to be a flake. You're all in. This is exciting. This is fun. And then like 3 days later, ooh, there's a new diet plan. Ooh, there's a new paint brand. Ooh, there's a new business idea I have. And it's not that you're trying to be a flake. It's that you've got lots of passion within you. That's the way you were created. That's the way you're supposed to be. That's the way you're supposed to be. Okay, so what your people around you, so somebody just said, so how do you change that? You actually have to demonstrate a history of following through. So now when I tell Mr. Magic, babe, I have a new idea for my business, I have demonstrated over the course of the last 17 years in business, 4 years of taking it totally online, that I'm going to see this thing through. Mama is dead serious. Get out of my way. And he has seen that time and time again. So now when I say I have a new idea, oh, he takes it seriously too. He takes it seriously too. Now, in the area of my eating, I need to work on getting rid of my flake. My flake factor is high right now. My flake factor is high. I have a full day of filming this week for my Creators Roadmap that launches again next month. You'll all be the first to know about it. And so I'm fasting for the next 3 days in terms of just not a lot of food, a lot of drinky. And I know my husband's going, and this will probably last until about Tuesday at 3. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I don't care, right, Leslie? My flake factor can be high in some areas. And yes, I've got lots of words, Leslie. That's why I'm on fire this morning. And so if you've demonstrated to the people in your world a history of flakiness, inconsistency, changing your mind, not following through, you're just going to have to be okay with them going, okay, she'll probably make it till Tuesday at 2. And what you need to do is get that fire in your belly that's like, this time it's going to be different. This time, I'm actually not going to eat that ice cream. This time, I actually am going to go to the gym every day this week. This time, I actually am going to follow through on my business thing. You need to get that, watch me sass about you and actually follow through. And that's how other people will start taking your stuff seriously. For reals. That's tough love. Last way. So this is why they don't take you serious. Number one, you aren't taking yourself serious. Number two, you've had a history of being flaky. Your flake factor is high. Okay? Your flake factor is high. It happens to the best of us creatives. Number three, they don't get it. That's the bottom line. They just don't get it. Hey, thanks, Michelle. I let it, I washed it before bed tonight, which I never do. And then I sleep with my hair in a pineapple, and it woke up doing whack things this morning. And so I had to do this. But the people in your world just don't get it. Listen, I love that meme that says, or that graphic, you can't expect other people to understand your grind. You just can't. There's no way that they can really understand, a lot of them, what you're trying to do. Friends, I have people in my family, my immediate family, who do not know what I do for a living. I mean, they see that I go on Facebook. They hear me talk a little bit about coaching people. They don't understand I'm coaching 500 women at $47 a month. Like they don't understand. Does that make sense? Like, I think they're still hoping that I'm going to do okay taking this online. Does that make sense? And it's okay. They're not social media like people. They're not in the online space. Their world is just different. What's normal for them is different than for me. We listen to different, they don't listen to podcasts. They're not reading business books. Does that make sense? Like, there's no way that they can understand my world, and I got to be okay with that. And this is the only example I can use, and I know this is really morbid, but it's the one that makes the most sense in my mind. And this is what I have to tell myself. I can't understand what it's like to walk through seeing a family member have cancer. No one in my family has had cancer. Thank you, Jesus. I don't know what it's like to walk through that. So while I can, try to have a friend who has a family member with cancer, and I can try to say all the right things and do all the right things, the truth is I can't fully get it because I've never been in those shoes. Some of you are wondering why people aren't taking you seriously. They've never been an entrepreneur. They don't understand that grind. They understand PDOs. They understand 401k matches. They understand, holidays off. They understand overtime. They do not understand you needing to schedule your social media. They don't know what an email list is. They don't understand the membership site. They don't know what sponsored posts are. How can they know? They don't know what they don't know. You cannot blame them for that. You cannot blame them for that. So grace to those people in your world who just don't understand your grind. You cannot expect them to. Find yourself a group of people who do understand what you're doing. Not trying to sell my group. Go find any group. Go find any group who has other business owners that understand what you're doing. Amelia, thank you so much for sharing this. You have to be able to talk to other people in your world. Oh my gosh, Damon, I'm so sorry. I just said 500 women are in my coaching group, and Damon is in there also. For those of you who don't know Damon Oates, he is like ruling the wreath world. I'm so proud of everything you're doing, and he is in my coaching as well. Damon, I'm so sorry that I said 500 women, because this is what I always say in the group. 500 women and Damon. Ladies and Damon. Damon, I'm so glad you're there. So glad you're there. Yeah, you're welcome, Patty. You're welcome. Right? I totally, Catherine, I get that. The people can't understand what they just don't know, and you can't fault them for that. So just nod your head in the appropriate places. Yep, I'm hoping I can make a go of this online thing. Just do that, which I had to do lately with a family member, because they just don't know, you guys, and it's okay. You don't know their world either. So go about the business of doing your business, cut them some grace, start taking yourself seriously, and lower your flake factor. Other people will take you much more seriously then, I promise. Leslie, it's so hard when your friends don't get you. It's all the more reason to be in my inner circle. Yes, mine, someone else's, I don't care whose. You have to get around like-minded people. You have to be able to talk shop with other people when you're a business owner. And the only people that are going to get it are other entrepreneurs who are running the similar race as you. Here's what a lot of people do. They assume, yes, Connie, Damon is one of the best. That is so nice of you to say. So many times, us women in particular, I'm going to get real deep into your crap right now. We've been wounded by other women. We've been wounded by people in our industry. We've been wounded by other people who we've tried to do business with, maybe people that we've hired who have done us wrong, you know, gone off, slandered us, what have you. And so we put up business walls. We talked about this with one of the girls in my inner circle this week. And we don't want to link arms with anybody. And we want to kind of keep it all right here for fear of going through a wounding period again. And I will tell you that when you do not have a group that you can talk shop with, even if that's just having coffee with somebody virtually once a week over FaceTime to talk about how your business is doing, it's so lonely. There is a saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I learned that from one of my mentors. Nothing truer. Nothing truer. Go with some people. You need to find your village of people if you're a business owner. It's so lonely without it. All right, what questions can I ask here? What about when people think since you own your own business, you have a flexible schedule? Shauna, you say no. That you can do everything for them? No, I can't. I can't have lunch this week? Sorry. I go out to lunch with a friend maybe 2 or 3 times a year because like I get so far into work mode when my kids are gone from 9 to 3. I'm all in. You got to say no, Shauna. You absolutely have to say no. Damon says his business exploded once he started hanging out with other business owners. Amen. Veronica says she's about to hashtag lower her flake factor. That a girl. Hey, the first thing is actually realizing you have a flake factor. Most of us creatives do. We tend to hop from one idea to the next. Even me, who, consider myself kind of a veteran, or not a veteran, but, I've been doing this online thing for a bit. I've been a business owner for a moment. It's been 17 plus years. But there are times when I have to remind myself that the next shiny thing and the next shiny thing and the next shiny thing for my business, like fully go all in on the one thing. See it to completion, Jen. Finish that bad boy. Quit looking to the left or the right. Finish that. Then you can shift. And then I can focus on the next shiny thing and the next big thing and the next fun thing. I have my my program for the paint finish of the month that we're relaunching next week. And I'm so stinking excited about it. I mean, like, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to tell you guys all the details about it. So stinking excited. But in my mind, in the last couple of weeks, even with all that excitement, I'm already on to, ooh, and this is what we can do for Black Friday. And I'm already into, ooh, and on January 1st, I'm going to launch this. Like, that's the normal progression of a creative mind. It's very hard for you to stay on one track because your mind was created to bounce. The bounce is how you get the ideas, my friends. Some of you need to tell your spouse that. When your conversation bounces, when your idea about a painted piece of furniture, it could be blue, it could be blush, I could do navy, I could do black, maybe it'd look good with gold. That's how God made your mind. You need to be able to bounce from idea to idea to idea in order to create. But it's that bouncing when it's demonstrated in our business and people watch it. It's that bouncing that's actually, you've got to get it managed. You've got to control that thing because otherwise it increases your flake factor. Nobody takes you seriously. And then you end up not taking your stuff as seriously because you know that instead of focusing on one thing from beginning to end, you're bouncing all over the place. I love you. Who was I even talking to? I don't even know. Let's see. Gosh, I've missed a ton of questions. You guys, I'm so sorry. Gail, I hate it when people call each other ADD and say they have stuff like that. Most of the time, it's creative people that are seriously intelligent, seriously creative, and misdiagnosing themselves. They're misdiagnosing themselves. And I'm not talking about people that have actually been to a doctor or actually, clinically certified as something like ADD. But I'm talking about people thinking that they're not normal. Honey, you're normal. You're creative. Your mind is supposed to do that. How could you create if not? You just got to figure out how to manage that crap so you can get your business done. All right, let's see. I know I missed 900 things. Oh, Mary Singer, you are not cursed. The fact that you're all over the place, when you start to own your own hot mess and walk fully in that, and instead of shaming yourself for being all over the place, when you start embracing that and you're like, you know what? I am all over the place. Baby, deal. First of all, deal. I may be all over the place, but I'm freaking fun. I may be all over the place, but I'm interesting. I may be all over the place, but people like me. I may be all over the place, but I've got fantastic ideas. There are so many advantages to being all over the place. For real. Embrace them. Embrace them. Rebecca Case Rainey. I can't even pronounce that word. Non sequiturs. What is that? I don't know. Kim teaches belly dancing classes. Lord have mercy. Can you tighten the core, Kim? Can you tighten the core? Okay, you warn them at the start that you're random, or you joke that you pay for my blonde. I'm fine with that, baby. I'm fine. That's when you just fully go ahead and step into who you are and who God created you to be, and quit trying to make yourself like your friend Susie, like your friend Lori, like your friend whoever, because she's organized. She runs a well-oiled ship. She, all her stuff's in order. Her accounting's done like it should be every day of the month. Baby, her receipts are in order. She's bump. Quit trying to compare that. God didn't made you like that. If he wanted you to be that organized, he would have made you that organized. You've got other giftings. Walk in those. Patty says, oh my gosh, that's so me. Teresa says her flake factor is definitely work. I love you guys so much. Amelia, you're so welcome. I'm glad this is helpful. You've never heard me before, but I popped up on your screen. That is the amazing thing about Facebook Live. Jerry says you have the same problem combined with nearly beating your door and demanding a response. Just because my car is there, they think I am on their time. Hide your car, babe. Hide your car. Put a note on the front door. Please do not disturb. I've done that a million times. They will start respecting your work hours when you respect your work hours. For reals. All right, guys. You're amazing. Veronica says, what's the inner circle? It's my monthly coaching group, Veronica. And I'm going to say it right this time, with 500 women plus Damon. And you can find it on my website over at themagicbrushinc.com. And I basically coach creative people how to monetize what they're doing online. Terry says, you were diagnosed, I'm assuming you mean with ADD, but also found out you were smart. Heck yeah, you're smart. Heck yeah, you're smart. My husband will tell you all the time, you are the smartest blonde I've ever met. Or he'll tell me things like, how are you so smart and such a ding-a-ling at the same time? He says it with love. He says it with total love, but it's true. And that's how a lot of people are that are creative. Cracks me up. Monday, you signed up 30 seconds ago for my coaching group. Yay! Your flake factor's off the charts. Normally, here's what you need Monday, is you need a strategy of what to focus on first. Because here's what most creative people can do. They can rein that crap in for a short period of time if somebody will just give them the roadmap of what they need to do. Am I right? If you know fully what's expected of you, you can do it. You can be disciplined for a little bit, and then you kind of need to get back to being all over the place because that's you, and you got to do you. And so my group will help you get some focus in that area. I'm so glad you joined. Yvette has got headphones on. She's painting a piece of furniture. Yay. Let's see. Andrea says you're way better at not being a bouncer. Too many years. You got it under control. Good for you, girl. I just made you cry. Oh, Ava, don't cry, honey. Don't cry, girl. It's funny because it was when I was 39 that God all of a sudden decided to really make me start focusing on self-development and self-acceptance and walking in my giftings. And it has not been a process that has always been comfortable, but it's been worth it. I've been 7 years of getting more comfortable in my own skin. 7 years of quitting pretending that I'm something that I'm not. 7 years of finding my own people online who I can relate to and talk business with. 7 years of humping it out, working it out, demonstrating my seriousness to now where it is a serious thing. It does not happen overnight, but it is worth it. Let's see. Heidi says, you need to learn how to get out there without seeming pushy. Well, sales, Heidi, does not come easily for most creative people. At the end of the day, people are not just going to find you, Heidi. You have to sell yourself to them. You have to put yourself out in front of them to help them find you in whatever it is that you're selling. And when you quit thinking of it as sales and you start thinking of it as, I have something to offer the world that can make a difference to other people, whether that's a wreath on their front door, whether that's cupcakes for their kid's birthday party, whether that's sassy earrings that make them feel good when they look in the mirror. If you quit looking at it as sales and start looking at it as, I have something that I'm good at that other people could really benefit from, then the sales feel so much easier. So I encourage you to look at it that way. So, Julie asked for my website. Well, one of you guys type this in here. It's themagicbrushinc.com/the word inner circle. How about when I'm done here? Yes, Stephanie, I'm sorry, because I wasn't trying to necessarily plug that, but at the end of this, I will put a comment for you all to see of how to sign up for my coaching group. Bless you guys. You're amazing, and I am your biggest cheerleader. I am so serious about seeing women walking in their gifting. So, Terry needs tax advice. You find a tax person. So, Terry, if you're a churchgoer, start asking around the people in your church who does taxes that can help me. Start there. If not, just put it on your Facebook page. I need some tax advice for my small business. Does anybody know anybody? Put that on your personal page. Start asking questions. Everything is figure outable. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry just put that. I don't know if I can pin Jerry's comment. If I can, Jerry, I can't. Darn it. But I'll make sure that comment. Oh yeah, there it is. I just pinned Jerry's comment to the top. There you go. There's the link for my inner circle. Let's see. Did you lead your own self-examination? Yes, Carmen. But, there's been different times in my life when God's taking me down this path of really digging deep and growing as a person. One was when my husband and I had marriage problems our first year in. We are at 19.75 years is what I put in my email. If you guys are on my email list, you got that in the email today. So 20 years is next month. And but we joke that only 19 of those have been happy. The truth is probably closer to 18. So him and I are pretty open about the fact that we almost divorced within our first year of marriage. It was, we were just dinglings. We were just knuckleheads. We had no idea how to be married. We drank too much, smoked too much, cussed too much, partied too much. We did everything too much. Okay, we were really good at hurting one another, and we both needed to grow the heck up. And so God used that period of our life to really grow both of us as individuals. While it was hell going through it, it's so worth it now. And so I can remember having to really grow during that period, and it was painful. And then the other times of my life, I can tell you that I've grown the most as an individual. They've all come out of pain. Unfortunately, they've all come out of times when I've lost babies and miscarriages. The time when I was let go from a job and had to figure out what do I do now and started my business. Those were painful times that caused me to grow. I could have sat and sucked my thumb about a lot of things. When I've taken some heat on social media, those periods have caused me to grow. When people have lashed out at me, those times have caused me to go deeper, because it's easy to lash out at people. It takes a person of depth, a woman of some integrity and character, to go deep and understand why people do that and to not respond like you want to. Absolutely, Carol. Great strength and character is born through adversity. I wish there was another way that felt easier, that was easier. But the truth is, one of the reasons my business is where it is today is because, and I've shared this in my inner circle. I don't know that I've shared it on here, but I'll go ahead and, since we're just telling all of our secrets to one another, about 2 years ago online, I had just a 3-month period where I thought about hanging up the towel. I thought about shutting down my Facebook business page, closing down all of my coaching groups. And well, I didn't really have any coaching groups at the time, but I was selling like DIY videos and stuff. And the reason I did is because my business was doing this. Big, big highs, big, big lows. Big, big highs, big, big lows. This was 2 years ago, okay? Over 2 years ago. But I've never gone through a depression ever in my life. And for those of you that have, grace to you. Grace to you. But I hadn't. But that's the closest I know that I've come. For 3 months, I basically sucked my thumb in a corner and wondered what was wrong with me that I could not make this business thing work online. What was wrong with me? Why was this not working right? I had gone from a month of making, I'll just be totally honest with you, $27,000 that month to $1,200. And so this in my business, and this was 2 years ago, was causing me so much stress, you guys. So much stress. Because you can't have those high highs and those low lows without going, what the heck? As a high S, and many of you saw my disc personality Facebook Live last week, I need consistent, I need stability, I need stuff to be, I know what to expect every month, okay? I'm not a this type of person. I'm not a huge risk taker. And so I had to put things in place in my business for consistency. For consistency. That period, that 3-month time where I sucked my thumb in the corner is the best thing that ever happened to my business. It was painful as heck every day that I was living it because I was so torn between wanting to just chuck it and say, forget it. I'm tired of people griping. I'm tired of, getting hate mail. I'm tired of people thinking that they know what I should do. I'm tired of being judged. I'm tired of seeing my bank account at what it is. I'm tired about it all feeling hard. Listen. If you are doing anything in your business to take it to the next level, it is gonna feel hard, especially for you creative people, because it takes so much discipline to keep refocusing your mind to the task at hand when the truth is you just want to go play and paint. You just want to go make something with glitter. You just want to go make some cookies, design some earrings, put new pretty clothes on your website. That's what you were created to do. Most of you, to create. So when you have to take those creative abilities and actually fashion them into a business and discipline yourself to think about that business thing and take it all the way from your thought to the end, it's going to feel so much harder than it does for the business guy who does this every day of the week and this is his job. It requires so much more out of you and me. To not chuck it, to not give up, to keep going when people say you're crazy. How are you going to make this work? Are you going to quit playing online? That sort of thing. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Can I get an amen? So I just feel like I'm not the only one that goes through these things. Right, Gail? It's hard. Baby, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So those times of lack, those times of struggle, those times of sucking your thumb in the corner, those times of wanting to quit, they are setting you up for success if you will not. If you will just keep balls to the wall, eyes on what's ahead of you, running your own race, keep going. Keep going. Your future is dependent upon it. I can't even imagine and fathom what our life would look like today if I had quit 2 years ago. And I was this close because it seemed like a hassle. Awesome, Kim. I'm glad you get some light bulb moments. So, bless you guys. If nobody's taking you seriously, number 1, you're not taking yourself serious. Number 2, you've had a history of flakiness. Maybe you better look at your flake factor. Bring that down a little bit. And number 3, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. And that's okay. So, I love you guys. I think you're amazing. I'll be back here tomorrow. Sometime this week I will talk about the tie-in between exercise and business. It's huge. I'm not saying you have to be a supermodel. I'm not saying you have to be a size 6. Lord knows I'm not, and I wish I was. But there is a correlation between disciplining your body, and that discipline will show up in your business. So, all right, bless you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Hey, I'm opening my Stitch Fix box here later tonight. So join me then, okay? I think at the end of this, you can like push something to get notified of whenever I go live or something. Monday, how many of you are getting emotional? Hey, you know what? Getting emotional is good. That's the stuff that will change your future Monday. For real. And I'm so glad. I think you're the one that said you just joined my inner circle. I'm so glad. So I'll see you guys later. And again, if you need this pep talk again next week, share it to your page right now so you can go back and listen to it later, okay? Love you guys. Bye-bye.